and it's just going to take us another 2 seconds. And yes, we are streaming live on our very own school's channel. I request all the parents to just keep themselves mute at this point in time while I introduce the speaker for today to all of you. Welcome, a hearty, warm welcome, namaste, and we hope you all have your teacups ready with you. You can keep your teacups with you. A first of its kind parent session kept only for the parents, where you can ask what you feel like. And it's a pride, a honor, and a very overwhelming day today that our very own ex-principal, Mrs. Sandra, is right here with us. She is actually going to answer all your queries. She has been a spearhead who has helped the school grow during the growing days when the school was very young. She's here live for all of you. Guess from where? Where she is at this point in time, it is 7 o'clock in the morning, and she's streaming live only for all of you. So, Sandra ma'am, on behalf of the management of Ankarwala Education Academy, I welcome you warmly to today's session and hand over this entire dais to you.
Thank you so much, Jigna. And thank you, Shilpa ma'am, Vilas sir, and Jasila ma'am for giving me this opportunity to continue to connect with all of you. A very good evening to all the parents over here of, I guess, pre-primary and primary session. And I should say thank you very much for joining this meeting, because I think you have shown and proved yourself to invest your time into your learners, into your children. So the new formal learning, this is something very different, something very unexpected. But I guess we all should come to a decision or understanding that change is constant. So change has to keep taking place. And the more faster you actually accept it, understand it, and implement it, it gets easier for you and for your child to go about with what things take place. Safety is the first thing, I think we are all aware of the situations. It's worldwide, it's trying times for everybody. And first is what we need to see is safety, because lives matter. I understand each one of you are missing school. I understand it's very uncomfortable, very, frustrating at times to just work from home. But let me tell you one thing. These challenging times is not just for you parents. It's for your children. It's for the teachers. It's for the school on the whole. Okay, because to synchronize and put things together, it's not an easy job. I'm sure you all are understanding this very much, because the feedback and the concerns, when I went through all your notes, I found that most of you are pretty satisfied and they really appreciate what Ankarwala Education Academy has been doing, which is appreciable from our end too. I'm sure the management is also trying its best and they would be really very happy. But yes, we do have concerns, and having concerns is something very normal. So it's okay. So accepting the new normal. I would like to talk a little bit about the children. These are the growing years, excuse me. These are the growing years. So we focus mainly on growth and their development. Growth is basically just a physical growth, something that you give, the nutrition, the food that they eat, the quality of the food, the choice of the food. This development is something that takes place holistically. There are a lot of attributes towards your development. It's not just one single thing. So that, yes, we do have physical, we have mental, we have intellectual. And now what's more impacting is the social, emotional development in the children. So let me go about trying to explain to you with the challenging times and how each one of you, I'm sure, are going about trying your best to make these things happen. I want to start with the school because it's a parent session. I'm going to come to the end towards you. Starting with the school has its own rules, and trust me, a school like Angarwala has its rules only and only in favor of the parents and the children. That's their first goal. I know, I have worked there and I know how it works. So whatever decision the school makes, it's definitely in the interest of you and your child. They have limitations too, because even though they are running an independent school, they have to still adhere to the rules of the government. So I believe what I've learned is the number of hours, the curriculum, and what they have to teach and stuff that they have to do goes via those rules. Then I want to talk about the teachers. The teachers are working as hard as what you are working at home. Because this being a very unexpected, all of a sudden situation that came up, we never ever did online learning before, but it's taking place. So they had to go through a process of learning just as well, I'm sure you did with your technology and stuff that way. And preparing stuff, trying to understand the level of the child and getting onto there and having them and clubbing things and picking up all those different strategies to get to your learners so that they get to the maximum is what the teacher is doing. Of course, besides her own personal life, taking care of her child, probably the child goes in the same school or some other school, so trying to adjust and doing things there. And her own personal issues because she is conducting things from home. If it's a school setting and a school environment, that's altogether different. But when you're at home, I'm sure you are facing some few things similar the same way. So when I come to you, you would agree with me when I talk about it. Next, I want to go to the students. I would like to congratulate each and every child of yours and hats off to them because I know for them with this age group, it's so hard to go and sit in front of the screen and try to understand versus when you are in the classroom in person and you have the teacher there right there to help you in so many different ways physically. So I know it's tough, but yes, that's where your role comes in. And you are there and your continuous support will help. It's tough for the students to, when I talk about social emotional, let me focus on social. It's tough for them because they miss their friends. They miss talking to them. They miss that one-to-one physical connection, playing, recess, lunchtime, snack time, or walking in the hallway to go to your specials, whether it's art, crafts, wellness, or running around in the field and playing. So there are a lot of things that our students are trying to adjust, which I think as adults, we try to understand and we can empathize. Coming to you to parents, I know it's a very new thing for you as well, but I'm sure the school did give you guys a training for it. And I know you are doing your best that you can. Besides your personal issues, I know because you're in the home, you have to take and adapt this new thing as well. But I'm sure the teachers are available and they will give you your continuous support whenever needed, however needed. So you don't have to worry. Now, I have been going through your concerns. There are some who want the online and some who do not want the online. Some feel that it's okay if the child is not learning, which is okay too in terms of to a certain extent. When I spoke about growth and development, now development never stops. So it's a different kind of process now that we all going through. But we have to target and focus on our development of our child. So intellectual development is one thing which is necessary. You cannot just stop things there. So you have to learn to adapt and given the continuous support for the online learning. Do your best. Do your best. It's not that race. Do your best, because ultimately it's for the benefit of your child. It's your child who is learning. Imagine a child who is out of school completely without any learning for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. He or she has to start all over again, trust me. Because with this age group that I'm talking about, especially the pre-primary, it is tough because it's very natural for them to tend to forget. So the lower the age group, the more the practice, the more the repetition they would like to have. So we need to have continuous online learning. And I'm sure they will, your coordinators, Shivani ma'am, Shilpa ma'am, I'm sure they are having the teachers put together a lot of other stuff that you can, continuous and go. It's not necessary only while during the sessions that are taking place. Other than that, also you can do a lot. I'm sure they will give you a lot of ideas. If they need some more, I'm more than welcome to share with them and have them do it. Okay, so now parents, talking about you, I want to tell you, this is basically a teamwork, whether it's online or not online. I have had parents who feel, this is my experience, what I'm talking about in the past 25, 30 years. It's not about Ankarwala only. Who feel that they send the child to the school and my duty is done. The child is there for 6 hours, 7 hours, and I'm done with it. So he goes to school, he's done. He goes for his tuitions, he's done. I do not want to be anywhere connected to it because I'm paying the fees, I'm paying the tuition teacher. But let me tell you one thing, it's our child. So it's definitely, you are one of the strong pillars towards his progress, towards his goal that he wants to see himself, where he wants to see himself. So let's remember, this is always a teamwork. It's always a teamwork. And nobody's perfect. In fact, imperfection is perfection. So it's okay to make mistakes. And it's okay to go back and ask your teacher, I'm sure any number of times. I'm sure that they are very grateful and they will be ever ready to help you in whatever problems you have. I am going to start working towards the concerns that I have. I have it all right here in front of me because I think that's going to help and solve a lot of issues. Hopefully, Jigna said I would be answering all your questions. I will try my level best to answer all the questions. Okay, and I hopefully I will be like you will be satisfied with whatever I say. So I have a question. I do not want to name the parent unless you parent, if you're online at present and you would like to come in and say something, probably like just like what we tell our children, raise your hand, and then you raise your hand and you get an opportunity to be unmuted and probably talk. Okay, so I have this from a first grade parent who says online classes for junior level. So it says about the number of students should not be more. Let me tell you one thing. If the teacher is taking 30-minute session or a 40-minute session, whatever is decided by the school, she's not done in the 30 minutes. She is working around the clock. So it would be, I'm sure they would welcome with open arms, like to have small sessions with students, but that would mean more working hours for the teachers. I'm sure I can tell you from my end, she will still not mind working for those longer period of hours, but we have to give equal attention or teaching to all the students. So if I have a class of 20 and I want to go by fives or by tens, if I go by tens, I'm doing 2 sessions. Do I have the time to take 2 sessions with 10 and 10 each for that one particular subject? Because we have so many other things to teach on. So trust me, don't worry about the number of the children. Your teacher is watching each and every child and she knows what he and she is doing. I can tell you that. So don't worry about that. I have someone who says to reduce the syllabus. That's a little tough because I'm sure the syllabus is, first of all, approved. Okay, I'm sure Jasila ma'am has gone through it with the board and they know what they're doing. There are certain basic necessary skills that have to be taught to the children. And don't underestimate your child. Your child has a lot of potential and a lot of grasping. Yes, they do need repetition, which is okay. And that the teachers will do. They'll give it in different forms. But to reduce the syllabus will be slowing down the learning of the child, which I don't think we want to. Yes, we do have exceptions about certain children who do take time. Everybody doesn't take the same time and the capability of understanding and knowing things what the teacher is teaching. In fact, if you have two children, you can understand the difference between the learning of both the children. It happens, which is again okay. So let's try and do, and when it comes to lacking behind, contact your teacher, contact your coordinator, and they will definitely take care of it. There's someone who says like a two-way communication. I actually did not understand this as much, but I am trying to say, is it that you want the child to speak? I really don't know this parent, so I'm presuming that probably you want the child to talk to the teacher. Yes, of course, why not? Just as in class, the rules that we have, I'm sure the same rules are on online classes. There is a reason why everybody is unmuted, muted, all the students. Because being at home, of course, if your child is in session, that does not mean you're going to stop cooking. You have to continue. If your child is in session, that doesn't mean the phone will stop ringing. It just happens because people on the other end don't know. If your child is in session, that does not mean the doorbell is not going to ring. It will ring because you will have people in and out for your daily necessities. So there's a lot of background sounds that disturb the class on the whole. So it's better to be muted, sorry. But if the child wants to speak and say something, definitely he or she will be given an opportunity, not necessarily every time because that does not happen in class as well. The rule of the class is let me raise my hand. I need to say something to the teacher or I need to contribute towards this topic to the teacher. So the teacher will choose, and I'm sure she will choose unbiased. And everybody gets a chance to talk. And if you think talking informal, I think I had a session with another organization where Hemal, I'm sure you were there, Hemal ma'am, and we were talking about lunch bunch. So
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
start something like this, it'll be like a very informal talking and you're talking everything other than studies. There's no studies at all involved, okay? 10, it says 2 classes a day. Beyond that, it's a huge burden on the ward. Now, this is senior KG. I've been told that you have a 30-minute session with a 20-minute break and a 30-minute session. I am not wanting to compare, but I would like to tell you, they do have, again, trust your child. They do have the ability and the potential to do it. Yes, the setting is different. It's a home setting. So you tend to be very lazy and it's not like a formal setting in school where you have to sit, you have to look at the teacher and you have to pay attention. Okay, so you can't blame the child for that, but you do not want to lower your sessions. The school that I work here, we have a 7-hour school, okay, right from preschool. It's an elementary school, so right from preschool to grade 4, they are in school working, and they do it. Even when we had online learning, we had more than these sessions what you have been given. If I was a parent of Ankarwala, I would say increase my sessions, don't reduce it. Even if you're adding a fun session in between, because children need that connection. Okay, so don't think it's too much. It's not a burden, not at all. Okay. Then I have someone in nursery who says, how do I improve the writing? the writing skills. Let me tell you, a nursery child is too young actually to go in for proper writing. So what they've been taught are just letters. Am I right, Hemal ma'am? It's the introduction of letters
Yes, ma'am. Patterns and letters.
and letters. So patterns is what you start with, which helps you develop those letters. Now it's not just the pattern writing. Holding of a pencil is a very big deal for that child. Holding a crayon is a very big deal for a child. We as adults, whether we are 30, 40, 50, we feel, oh my God, you can't even hold a pencil? No. For all you know, when you and me were 3 and 4, probably we had the same issues. It's a challenge, it's a task for that child. And more than anything, when I'm talking about development, their fine motors are not developed. It's tough because even if you see sometimes, even the spoon that they hold, they might hold it like this. It's not hold the right way that you hold, which is okay because they're still learning. It's our job to correct them and guide them. Okay, so don't worry about your child's writing. He or she will definitely get through it. It will happen, trust me. I have a senior KG parent who says screen time. Now, I have just 2 words, screen time. So I'm trying to understand, is the screen time meaning being online is an issue? I don't know if you're there, if you're hearing me. If that is being an issue, you are again curbing, you are being an obstacle for your child's development. Because senior KG, Hemal ma'am, what are they? They are doing a 30-minute session again?
Yeah, they have 30 minutes,
Yes.
3 sessions with a break of 30 minutes in between.
Oh wow, that's like sounds like a picnic actually to me. Seriously, because they have a good break of 30 minutes is a long time. But I'm glad you guys are doing that. So he gets to whatever, eat and bathroom and stuff, play with his toys probably, refresh and lighten his mind and come back for the next session, which is a good deal. So I don't think it should be an issue for your child because I'm sure your child is enjoying it. And if your child is not enjoying it and you have any concerns, you can personally probably send an email to your coordinator and she's going to look into it, okay, and try to help you out there. Okay, I have a nursery parent who says skill development. That's exactly what we are doing, parents. That is what we are targeting on. The fact that we are continuously going on with online learning are skill development. So yes, unfortunately, in these trying hard times, your teacher is not physically present there to hold the hand or to show exactly how you go about things, which don't worry that the child is not getting it because he or she will definitely get it. But think about the positive aspects. At least he's being introduced to it. He is trying to get there. He is knowing how to get there. So that is what is matters. And skill development, it is happening. Even though it's online, it's definitely happening. Okay. I'm sure you have art classes online and PE classes online and yoga and all that stuff. So good, that's all your skill, it's happening. And if you need ideas to develop or continue to develop those skills on a regular day-to-day, inherit it in your day-to-day life skills, and you don't know how to go about it, talk to your coordinator. Okay, and coordinators, you can come to me anytime through whatever media you want to communicate to me, and I can give you added ideas if you need. Okay. Okay, I have a junior KG parent who says my son does not concentrate and hates to write and does not speak in English. Okay. Facing the language problem is global. Okay. Now let me tell you, I don't know how much do you parents speak at home in English. That's the first thing because you're the first role model to your kids. Okay. So if you talk in English, it'll be great. at least in the presence of your child. I am not saying that you have to stop talking in your language or forget about your language. In fact, I would say continue to introduce your language to the child because he or she should know your language. Okay. But because English being an international language and you need it for your tomorrow, you don't know where your child will be around the world. So you have to do it. That's your base. Okay. So I would suggest is to talk, but this is a junior KG parent, but this would go to everybody, I would say, even the primary parents. Try to talk the most in English with your child. Okay. Second, do a lot of reading in English with them. Read them storybooks. If you think you don't know to read English, you read the pictures in the storybook. Try to read the pictures, which is okay if you're not reading those words, because reading the pictures is reading also. So when you read and you're talking, is you're reading and you're talking and you're developing your language, you're trying to understand. Okay. I would suggest hear the English news. I know nowadays the news is not very pleasant to actually introduce to your child. But if I'm talking about like third grade and fourth grade, I think it's okay for them to know what's happening. You can choose your news channel, the English news channel. Their English and their grammar, I understand the vocab is high, but they may not understand 100%, which again is okay. But even if they understand 10%, 15%, 25%, will do wonders for them. When you're cooking and your child is playing and the child is not in session, have your nursery rhymes go on. Put in your news YouTube and have those nursery rhymes go on, and the child is singing and understanding. Many a times, if on YouTube, please choose your channels carefully. Don't give your child the liberty to go and watch it on his or her own. So you put it for them, you monitor them. You can hear even if you're cooking in the kitchen. You can hear them what they're watching. You can see, they can see, and when they see, the visual learning is taking place, which understanding is even more happening towards, like the depth of understanding is more. So go on and have that running in the background. You're giving them a shower or they are taking a shower, have that run in the background. So that's a lot of, your diction, how you pronounce your words, that goes on. So these are the ideas I can give you for improving your English. And the child does not want to attend. I really don't know, Hemal ma'am, if I'm not sure, this is a junior KG parent. And I don't know if you've had a one-to-one talk with the parent as to why the child does not want to attend. I think if you actually know what the reason is, probably we can help that child to go. I think I would want to discuss this particular topic privately with Hemal ma'am, if that is okay with you, and probably Hemal ma'am, you can go on with the parent because it's a very personal issue. I don't know the home setting. Okay.
Definitely will do that.
Okay. Then we have junior KG. I just love these questions, and especially in the lower grades, because this shows how concerned you are for your child, which is so very normal for any human to have it. I had that when I had my girls too. So the junior KG says, how do I control the child's behavior when they're away from school during this COVID time? Have you asked your teacher, how do you control my child's behavior in class? How about that question to your teacher? Trust me, your teacher. That's the reason we have rules. I mean, I'm sure you have home rules too. That's the reason why rules are made. Okay? I know it's tough. It's tough because let me tell you, it's equally frustrating for the child to be at home. So try to understand the mindset of the child. It is very frustrating. And that child at 4, 5, and 6 definitely cannot understand the consequences of this particular situation that we are facing. But you and me as adults, we understand. Okay. I would have you first to stay calm. I'm sure this is not only just this particular parent. Most of your parents are having that issue. We have parents who call us here and have that issue. So First is, I would say it's better to have yourself calm down. So you compose yourself and gather yourself. That's the first thing you need to do, which is not easy, but it is not impossible. Okay. Second thing, I would say go into meditation, go into yoga, and get the entire environment down. I know that's not the only thing that's taking place in your house. You will have your husband talk to you about something, where's my shirt, and something that way. If you are in a joint family, you will have your in laws, you have your other children intervening. This is a normal life. Okay, we all go through it. So try to understand your child. Give him the time. Now here is you have to prepare a particular timetable for yourself because your child is at home. Many a times what we do is, oh, once the child is gone to school, oh my God, now I can put my washing machine, now I can do the dusting, now I can do. But now the child is at home, the child needs you equally, which is not wrong. So you have to. So maybe, for example, if you're cleaning green peas, clean your green peas and help you. Get him involved into certain household works. And if this is like a junior KG, he's big enough to set your dining table. He's big enough to clear. He's big enough to clear his toys. He's big enough to clean and do some wiping in the house, which is okay because this is what he or she has to learn for tomorrow. When you're talking about skill development, it's not only the skills that are taught in school, these are the life skills that we need to be at home. So get your child inclusive into it. You're putting your clothes in the laundry in the washing machine, ask him to throw some few clothes inside there. Have him put in the washing powder or the liquid into and show him how it works. Talk to him about it. Okay, so get him inclusive into it. He will understand how hard it is for you because you're doing something. So keep your child equally occupied. Give him a set of paper and crayons or pencils, have him draw over it. Have him keep a drawing book for himself, his own artwork as an illustrator. Have him write stories. Trust me, we have nursery children writing stories here. So they're not using words, but they're using pictures, and that's their own storybook. And they can talk to the class about the pictures, which of course, when you as an adult see, you will feel like, what is this? It makes no sense, but it does make sense to them. So we have to understand their level. Okay, so we can help you with strategies, how to calm him down, how to get him, composed and in there. But please do give him a lot of playtime too, because playing is fun. Playing is not a waste of time. Playing is, again, a lot of skill development with his toys. Okay, so let that go. And I know we have Hemal ma'am and Shivani ma'am always there for you guys over there. I have a second grade who says opportunity for students to participate. I'm really not sure what you mean by participation here. In what sense? If you're talking about your day-to-day sessions participation, I don't know. But I'm sure that will be taken care by the teachers. I believe you do have, besides academics, you have your specials, right? The art and the PE and craft and, all that stuff. Music, you have music. Do you have dance sessions too? You do have dance sessions too. So, well, that's all a part of participation. If you're expecting for more participations, I think you have about 5 competitions a year. That's what I've been told, which the child is participating. In fact, I should say thank you, Shilpa ma'am, for sharing all those videos and the stuff that you put. I do see it even on Facebook. And it's a great participation that you guys do, even for Gandhi Jayanti and all the regular all through your sessions that you all take place. So that's a great participation. And if a parent, if you're still waiting for more participation, get him participated into the housework. Get him participated. And sing and do your work. Sing and take the clothes to the laundry. Sing and take the vegetables for sitting and cutting. Of course, your child is not holding a knife, but do it in a very light and a very playful and good manner, so the child does understand. Okay. Another second grade parent is how to deal with increased eye strains of kids due to everything online. Shivani ma'am, I need you to hop in here because I want to know about their time periods that they have for second grade. How long
For
are they?
for grade two, ma'am, we just have maximum 3 to 4 sessions a day, which is
And what is
30 minutes
duration?
each session,
Okay.
and there's a interval of 20 minutes between 2 sessions.
Okay. I think fair enough and good enough. Now, if this is an issue faced by most of the parents, I'm not sure. Probably you have the same similar concerns. Uh, I would say since you have the 20-minute session, I know it's difficult to sit in front of the screen for so long, but your child is a second grade child. Again, it's not like a nursery. So that's why they have increased sessions here. And take the advantage of the 20-minute session. I know you cannot go out, but you can open the windows and you can look outside the window, right? Try to get in that fresh air, look outside, look around. Okay, so that is a complete cut from what the screen time is to something outside. Or even if you're looking at the screen when they have those breaks in between, have them look somewhere just around, even in the room. It will give them and help them their eyes to come back. Other thing I would say is just to have their eyes washed with cold water or have a damp napkin, maybe with cold napkin, and just put it over the eyes. If you're still having some more concerns regarding the same, probably then I think, I don't know if you have to see a doctor for it. I'm not sure about it, but I think if, like what Shivani ma'am says, a 30-minute session, like, so you're having a 1 hour session continuous and then you have a 20 minutes break. And the 1 hour is split into
No,
two subjects.
30-minute session, then a break of 20 minutes, again, then 30-minute session.
Oh,
So
that's for the
maximum
second
in a
grade too?
day they have, yeah, yeah,
Okay, so then I
second
think
grade
that's
as
a fair
well.
deal. I think it's a fair deal. Okay, so it's a good thing that you get that break. So if your child continues to complain, I think you just get in touch with someone concerned. But I don't think this should be. So have the child not sit on the screen when the session is not there, because sometimes you tend to say, oh, you can play this game since you have a break. So don't play those online games. Get out of your seat, take a walk, drink water, use the bathroom, look outside the window, read a book, go through the pages. So don't give them a TV session or an online game session during these breaks. That will be helpful. I have seen a Katy parent who says dance, just dance. So I'm guessing, is it that you want dance session? I think the school does give dance session online, do they?
Yes, they have.
They do. They do. So that dance is like for how long? 30 minutes?
30 minutes once a week.
So that's a good physical exercise again, 30 minutes once a week. If you are opting for something more dancing, or your child does like a lot of dancing, I think we have a lot of YouTube sessions for the children where you can just, as a parent, get into it and dance along with your child. It's fun. Don't say like I'm 25, I'm 30, I'm 40. No, dance. Okay, go along with your child and dance, or have those sessions dance. The child dance with YouTube, whatever he or she likes. If they like dancing so much, why not? You can improve and move on that. But I think the school is doing enough from their end. Which generally, do you have in school a 1 week session, Hemal ma'am? Is
Yes,
it a
ma'am.
one? So
Yes.
you're continuing to have that 1 week session, which is good. Okay, great. Then I have a fourth grade parent who says there should be more lectures. Now, Shivani ma'am, what do you have? You have the same sessions for fourth grade?
Fourth graders have 4 to 5 sessions.
Okay, again, 30 minutes each with a 20-minute break.
30
It's the
minutes
same
each with
format.
20 minutes break. Same format.
This parent wants some more lectures. Um, there's a lot that your child can do. It depends on the interest of the subject that the child loves. If it is English, your child can do a lot of reading, your child can do a lot of writing, and probably share it with the school and the teacher online. Okay, share it and show them. If your child likes math, there's a lot of other things that you can do. Something like Sudoku is a math logical game that the child can play. You get the books, you get it in newspapers every day. I don't know about in Mumbai whether it still takes place, but I know I used to play that in Mumbai then. You can get your child involved into all this stuff. You can have your child research and work because you're a fourth grader. I'm sure your child is able to, on whatever particular topic, whether it's geographical, historical, your child can just go and type, I'm going to type Taj Mahal, Agra, and I'm going to know everything about Taj Mahal. So if you're talking about more lectures, academics, you can improve the vocab or the intellectual of your child through many other media. Okay, so there still is learning that takes place there too. So don't worry. And the fact that you're asking something like that, I'm sure the child is doing very well in school. And we do have children who are on that level and they want to do more, they want to learn more, they want to go higher. So today with technology, there's a lot that you can go on and you can learn and improve your skills there. But yes, as a parent, I would suggest to check on with your child that he or she is on the right side. And then we have um, a third grade parent. How to learn and write homework. Oh yes. So it's like for senior KG and third grade. It's the same parent who says that. Shivani ma'am, we did talk about this, right? Like
Yes,
what do you mean by how to learn and write homework? So is it
yes. I what I understood from this question was maybe the parent is asking how to write whatever the teacher is giving them a homework as. So as per me, whatever writing in the classwork will used to happen during the classes when there was a normal school going on, the same way we are trying to have our online classes also. During the class, teacher makes the child write the classwork so that it is not a burden, added burden for the child to write at home. So only
so
the homework
is
part,
it
only the
for senior
practice work.
KG? Is it
Even
for
for
senior?
it's for both. It's for both.
Okay, because
Even for higher classes.
I guess third grade can definitely do it. I'm just focusing on this particular case. Okay, I think the third grade can do it, and I'm sure for senior KG the teachers are giving good enough time to write.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Every day, like one page is done in the class and one page is given at home to be done.
Okay, so when it is told to write, are you having visuals like, look, this is what you are going to write, and this is what it should look like? You
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Then I
Even
think
in written also we send. Even in written we send. It is
okay.
uploaded
So
also.
parent, if it's taking still time for your child to write, it's okay. And just as what Shivani ma'am says, when they put it online and it's sent in writing, I think that portion should help you to get to where you know the gap and you're lacking, your child is lacking there.
Pre-primary, ma'am, I'll add it up here. For pre-primary, we even give them beforehand. At the beginning of the month, we give them the full
Okay.
syllabus which has to be covered. Even the pages are mentioned.
Okay. So they are totally aware of it. Okay, great.
Yes.
Then we have a nursery saying add another activity. I think so long what I have been talking and suggesting is I think should have answered that question for you. Of course, being nursery, you're going to do it age appropriate. So I hope that is answering your question as well. Okay, if you have any more questions to talk about, we do have a chat group, okay, where you can type in your question and we will try our best to get there. Until then, let me tell you something you as a parent, what you can do with your child, or you as a parent, what you can have your child do. Okay, for students, if they need extra help, please reach out to your teachers. They will. They will try their best and given different strategies that will work the best for your child. Okay, I'm sure they will tailor it for you. For the child, whether it's nursery child or a fourth grader, have them read, because reading is the door that will open to their holistic development. Reading is the first thing the child needs to do and learn well. Because I know when I was in school, also, I would always stress on reading. Because even if it is math, if you have to read your word problem, it's reading. So, reading leads to understanding of your child. Okay, so please focus more on reading when the child is not in session. Just read and keep reading. Nursery parents, please read the pictures with your child, because your child cannot read those words. Junior KG, senior KG, I'm sure they introduce what certain common words. Have them read that word. So if I see there's a balloon, picture of a balloon on the page, and it says the balloon, I know the word the, for example, because the is repeated in every page. So I say the balloon, the bird, the whatever. So you're reading those pictures. And when you're reading those pictures, the child learns to read that word. He just automatically, identifies and he matches. Trust me, nursery parents, even your child can read. Play a lot of games, with your child, especially now with the limitations. Have board games. Play with them. Play those games. Give them that quality time. I know it's a little challenging. Let me tell you one thing. Just as I started my session with change is constant, this is going to change again. It's not forever. Your child is going to go back to school once things are open. Until then, it's your child. It's a part of you, right? So play board games with them. Play some other, simple games like tic-tac-toe. You know what's tic-tac-toe? Just you have that X and zero game, and then it's something very simple. But let me tell you one thing. It looks simple. It might look silly, but it's a brain development game. Okay, so have some crosswords there, or probably I don't know if the school can give in and some fun games for them to do in there. But you know what, it's again going online. If you have a printer, it's nice that you can print and get things done. If you don't have, again, we would try to restrict your online time for your child. Do some physical exercise besides your PE and besides your dance sessions that the school gives you. Okay. I don't know what is the restriction of movement over there. You can go down in your society or in your area, just take some walks down there, have some fresh air, or come up and do some yoga, do some meditation with your child. It does not even just help you, but it will help your child as well. Have your child keep a writing journal with them. Okay, let them write anything, which I think Hemal ma'am and Shivani ma'am probably keep one, probably like a fun Friday where you're going to share your week's work. This is my journal and this is what I did other than studies. Okay, I'm not talking about academics, other than my studies. So this is what I helped. So nursery, even you, the child can draw stick figures helping you throwing the clothes into the washing machine, for example. Okay, just an example. So have them have their own writing journals, and these are memories that you can collect. These are memories in terms of you seeing the growth of your child. Oh, when my child was in nursery, this was a drawing, and today she's in grade 3 and she is still using my washing machine, and this is her drawing. So when you're talking about skill development, these are all, it might sound very petty, very small, but I'll tell you, they contribute. They are a huge contribution to the development of the child. So have them have a writing journal. Have them have a reading. Okay, I read this book. Have them read, I should say, at least for 15 to 20 minutes a day. If you think 15 minutes is a long time, I know for pre-primary, start with 2 minutes, start with 3 minutes, start with 5 minutes every day. Say it's our reading time today, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. If you don't have a session, or maybe at noon, or we just finished our dinner, let's have a reading time together. Get cozy in bed with your child, okay? And have a reading time. Read a book every day with your child, okay? Be your best role model. I know parents, it's very frustrating, very, very, very frustrating, okay? But again, I told you this is a temporary thing and this is your child, okay? Everything is under your control. Children are small, they're still immature. Okay, they may not have control over their behaviors. Okay, but you are an adult, so I'm sure you have in control. You can understand the right and the not right. So try to be your best role model. Talk to your child and explain to your child, I cannot sit with you now because I have to finish with my work, or dad is expected in the next half an hour, I have to finish things before he comes, or I have to finish my cooking because I know you will be hungry and you will need your lunch or you would need your dinner. Explain in a very calm tone why you think you cannot be with your child, or I'm sure your children will understand. He's not going to say, oh, don't cook for me, it's okay, I'm not going to be hungry. He's not going to do that. Okay, trust your child. Trust your child. If you start doing that, you see the direction that you're moving. One, trust your child, trust yourself. Say, I can do this. And of course, I am taking it for granted that you do trust your school because your child is in that school. I have not seen a school like Ankarwala. I would say you are lucky parents to be having your child go to Ankarwala. I have worked with so many schools in Navi Mumbai and a few in Mumbai, but I think Ankarwala is having a very special edge towards it, very, which sometimes is non-professional, but we need that personal touch there, which they do, I think, way out of their probably zone. I don't know what I should say, but yes, you have a great staff, a great principal, and above all, your management is, I've never seen such a supportive management. So trust your school and develop good habits. So if you show that, they do will develop that. Have the child work towards something. Now, let me tell you one thing. Don't get me wrong. This is not bribery. Agar aap ye karoge, I will give you a chocolate. No, it's not bribery. Okay. And I would not even recommend a chocolate. I would say, look up to the things what he likes. So let's sit together for the online session. If my child does not like to sit on screen, let's sit together. Okay, let me see what best support I can give at home to my child so that he can focus and listen to the teacher and try to follow directions. Okay, and now that you've done this, I think you have earned something for yourself. And the something for yourself can be a tight hug, a kiss. Something can be for yourself, could be like you just roll on the bed with him, or you sit together and you're reading an extra book if he loves reading. Okay, earning something for yourself could be extra playtime or extra talking time with your friend. Okay, something earning for yourself is if I love drawing, oh God, I get to do more drawing today into my journal. So look what your child loves to do. Okay, please don't bribe him with chocolates and I'll give you the TV and put you a cartoon show, something that way. Try to do good things. If you need ideas, your school will give you ideas. Understand your child's potential there, okay? And work towards, again, I said, no two children are the same. Even if you have 2 children, 3 children, none of them are the same. You and your sibling is also never the same. So try and understand your child's potential there. Do not compare. Do not compare your older one with the younger one. Oh, my older one is in 2nd grade, but when he or she was in nursery, he used to do so much, and this child in nursery is not. Please do not compare. Each one comes with their own development and with their own skills. If you want to compare, sure, go ahead and compare your child with your child, what your child was yesterday. Compare your child what he was yesterday and what he has done today. What he was 6 months back and what he has done today. Do not compare your child with your other children, and definitely do not compare your child with other children, somebody else's child, your neighbors or your friends. Do not. And do not compare your child with yourself. When I was this your age, I used to do all this sort of thing and help my mom, or, those times were different. These times are different. Times change. Change is constant. So let's move and blend with those times and with those changes. The easier and the faster you adopt that, it will be helpful for you to understand the situation and work with your child. Okay? If you want to set timings, like in school, like we have a timetable. So if you want to set timings, you can set timings for your child, for yourself, if it's helpful in favor of your child. Please do not have that military type of rule that this time to this time, this is what you're doing. This time to this time, you are in the bathroom for a shower. No, you can be flexible in a little bit over there. Okay, but setting timings for your child just helps that child to be a little disciplined, because he or she knows, okay, my playtime is over. I did have my playtime, whether you earned it or it's your regular playtime. Now it's time for me to go for a shower. It's time for me to go and have dinner with my family. Okay, create that bonding time, because this is an advantage. See, everything has its advantage and disadvantage. So the fact that you are in home, everybody together, create that bonding time. Have that fun time. All your children together. You have dada dadi, get them into it and play and have fun together. Make it more fun, make it more interesting. Okay. I said sit and read. I said to be a little cooperative. So as an adult, as a parent, you too have to change a little bit. So I would always cook this time, for example, let me change. Let me get up half an hour early. It's okay. It's in the favor of my child. Okay. So these are the little adjustments that we need to do. Or you're watching a children's show or a children movie, sit with your child for some time. So I cannot sit with you all throughout for that entire 1 hour, but I'm going to sit with you for 15 minutes. I'm going to sit with you for half an hour because I have to continue and take care of certain things that I have to do. Okay, so get inclusive, get cooperative, be the best role models that you can for your child. Okay, and we are going to pass through this. And remember, safety is the first thing that has to come to your mind. So don't push, don't pressure. It's okay if your child is a little behind, because he is going to cover up. Don't underestimate your child. Okay, and remember, change is constant. This is not a permanent situation. It is going to change and it is going to happen. You're going to get back to your routine. You're going to get back to meeting your friends too, because I know your social life probably has come to a hold because your child is at home and you are not allowed to go out and stuff that way. Everything is going to get there. Trust yourself, trust your child, and trust the school. Thank you. If anything that I have not answered or you need to ask me, I don't know how long. I think we've done it. It's an hour session. So I don't know who's taking over, Jigna, Shivani, Hemal.
It's been an hour. We've been very lucky to listen to ma'am, and we've got many more ideas to which we can further share with our parents too. But right now, if parents have any questions, they can raise their hand so we can unmute you, and or you have already given the right to unmute yourself. Yes, Jigna ma'am, you've already given.
We have Harshada Rude, who's raised her hand and unmuted herself. Harshada Rude, parent, you can ask your question.
मैम मैं ये पूछ रहा था, मुझे इंग्लिश में बात करना नहीं आता है, मैं हिंदी में बात
नो प्रॉब्लम। मेरी हिंदी भी इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, लेकिन मैं कोशिश करूंगी टू डू द बेस्ट, और आपका क्वेश्चन, आपका सवाल जो है मैं आंसर करूंगी। बोलिए।
थैंक यू मैम। तो ये जो अपना यूट्यूब चैनल के बारे में बोल रहे थे, एंकर वाला का अपना यूट्यूब चैनल है क्या?
सॉरी, आपका आवाज क्लियर नहीं है।
जैसे अभी बच्चे मोबाइल लेते हैं, अगर उनको देखते हैं किड्स एक्टिविटी वगैरह, कोई पोएम वगैरह देखते हैं मोबाइल पे, वैसे एंकर वाला का यूट्यूब चैनल अगर है तो उसमें कैसा एंकर वाला का बच्चा जब फ्री रहता है, उसका होमवर्क हो गया और बाकी फ्री टाइम रहता है, तो वो टाइम पे वो यूट्यूब चैनल पे उसको कुछ पढ़ने लायक होता है तो दिखा सकते हो उस पर।
बहुत सारे चैनल्स टॉपिक्स है ऑन यूट्यूब जहाँ पे आपका बच्चा वॉच कर सकता है और मतलब ही कैन डेफिनेटली लर्न। अगर आप मतलब आप खुद अगर जाके नहीं देख सकते हैं, आई थिंक फिर वो जो लिंक्स रहता है, जहाँ पे आप क्लिक करके जा सकते हो डायरेक्टली टू इट, मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी शिवानी मैम और हेमल मैम को, अगर वो लोग थोड़ा सा, आई एम सॉरी, आई कैन हेल्प यू विद दिस, जहाँ पे वो लोग इवन अगर कहानी सुनना है, इफ यू डोंट वांट टू रीड, यू डू हैव इट ऑन यूट्यूब, जहाँ पे लोग आपको कहानी, इनफैक्ट मैं चालू करने वाली हूँ रीडिंग ऑफ बुक्स विच मैं हेमल मैम के साथ शेयर करने वाली हूँ. आई एम, इट्स ऑन माई माइंड, सो आई विल बी रिकॉर्डिंग माई सेल्फ एंड आई विल बी सेंडिंग सेशंस टू यू विथ द स्टोरी बुक्स. तो ऐसे YouTube में बहुत सारे हैं जहाँ पे नॉट ओनली रीडिंग, मैथ का भी, अराउंड द वर्ल्ड जो जगह है उसकी जानकारी देयर आर. सो आप आपके कोऑर्डिनेटर के साथ कांटेक्ट कर लीजिए एंड दे विल हेल्प यू कि ऑन फ्री टाइम कहाँ बच्चा YouTube पे. बट यू हैव टू मॉनिटर, क्योंकि YouTube एक ऐसी चैनल है जहाँ पे देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ एडल्ट स्टफ भी होती है, जहाँ पे हम नहीं चाहते कि बच्चे देखें. कभी कभी एड्स भी आ जाते हैं बीच बीच में, तो वी वांट टू सी टू इट कि बच्चा जब देखता है, इट शुड बी क्लीन एंड गुड फॉर हिम टू वॉच, राइट? तो डेफिनेटली देयर आर अ लॉट ऑन यूट्यूब. And Shivani ma'am and Hemal ma'am, I want to talk to you off session with certain channels that I can recommend where you can have them run for the children to learn. Even if it's counting by ones or skip counting by twos or skip counting by fives, where the person is doing it and your child is doing it along with it. Yeah. Okay, so I will talk to you in person. तो आप अपना coordinator के साथ connect कर लीजिए and they will guide you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You're welcome. Anyone else? Any other questions?
Anybody else who wants to ask any question? Or
If there are no
otherwise
questions coming up, for me, it's two things. Either you're totally dissatisfied with the session, or you're totally satisfied with the session that your questions were all answered in there. I hope it's the latter half.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But feel free to get in touch with your coordinators, or if you want to email it to me, you can get my email ID through the coordinators, through the school. And if you want to ask something personal, I definitely will reply back to you.
I'll just add up to, I think, Harshada's father. आपने आई थिंक पूछा है कि स्कूल का यूट्यूब चैनल है जिसमें हम बच्चे को दिखा सकते हैं. यूट्यूब चैनल हमारा स्कूल का नहीं, यूट्यूब का एक लिंक होता है जिसमें हम लोग आपको जैसे आज का प्रोग्राम है, जो भी हुआ है, वो हम लिंक्स भेजते हैं पीटीए में, और पीटीए मेंबर्स फिर आपके साथ शेयर करते हैं, और आप वो वाले प्रोग्राम्स यूट्यूब पे देख सकते हैं. जो प्रोग्राम स्कूल में होते हैं ना, तो वो हम आपको दिखाते हैं. बट आपके जो प्री प्राइमरी की क्लासेस हैं, जब आपको मंथ प्लान्स आते हैं, उसके अंदर यूट्यूब के लिंक्स भी आते हैं. वो लिंक्स पे अगर आप जाएंगे तो आप वो वीडियोस जो टीचर्स आपको चाहती हैं देखने के लिए, वो आप देख सकते हैं. उसमें लिखे हुए लिंक्स आते हैं लेटर में.
Thank you, Shivani ma'am, for bridging that gap.
Yeah, I thought, because what I was understanding is that he wanted to know about it.
Okay. Any other questions? You teachers, I don't know if the teachers are on this session too. I'm not sure. Are the teachers there? Do they have any sessions? Because they are parents too. I mean, if you're not a parent, also teacher, you can still ask a question.
So I think we are done for the day, Jignahan. We can wrap it up.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sandra ma'am, for this wonderful session. I'm sure I'm getting enough chats where people are actually saying, totally agree, ma'am. Yes, this is what I'm going to practice. And yes, this is what I have loved about the session. So yes, there's somebody who's written, yes, I have learned a new mantra today, reading something every single day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's nice, and it was a very, very informative session that we've had today. A heartfelt thank you on the behalf of management of Ankarwala Education Academy, and we are really grateful that you've spared your very early morning
Do not
class.
stress on that now. I know it's a Saturday, but you know it's a biological clock, so I just wake up at 6, which is okay. No,
Okay.
it's fine. It's my
Thank
pleasure.
you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
this
you,
brings
Shilpa
us to
ma'am.
the end of our very first parent session interactive. And thank you to the viewers of YouTube also. Thank you everybody who came today.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, Shilpa ma'am.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sandra
Sandra.
ma'am. Thank you so
And
much.
Jasina ma'am.